learn like you're going to start a business tomorrow, and no, it just opens up your eyes to. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Good to see you there. So today I want to go through one big question that was asked. I had someone come by and ask me, what do I do if I hate my job? So this is something that's been triggering in my head. I'm like, what do you do if you really hate your job? Obviously you can quit, but that's not the first thing that just comes up into your head. No, you have bills to pay for, you have a lot of things that are hanging by the thread, so you have really urgent things to take care of, so you can't just throw your work and just walk out the door. So you've got to understand that you've got to understand the core problem of why you actually hate the job, or why do you think that you do not like the job that you're doing, or why do you think that the tasks are mundane, why is it not working for you? So these are questions you've got to start becoming reflective to, like just start reflecting on your processes, start reflecting on the steps you're taking to kind of develop yourself, because in terms of a job, you've got to understand one thing: you're getting paid not just to work and deliver results, but you're actually in a place where you're getting paid to learn. So think about it in this way. I would like to suggest a paradigm shift in terms of the way you think about your job and the way you think about hating a job. Like, because hating a job is easy because not everyone's doing what they love, but at the same time, if you think about it in a way that, look, I'm gonna start a business one day, so I'm gonna enter into this job, look at this job as a learning curve, and then you kind of open up into different realm of looking at your job place, because your job place becomes the place where you learn. You start making note of little things within the job that you're doing. You start learning things, learning, and you never really feel the time pass by. And that's how you kind of work through your ladder. And in terms of looking at things that you want to look at, you start working towards it. There is the other option of, if you really do hate what you're doing, you can obviously speak to people within the organization, go to your HR, go to your managers, ask them if there's an opportunity somewhere else. Initially in my career, I did do that. I feel like because I didn't like certain parts of my job, I did go ahead and ask for a role change, or I asked for to put me in sales because that's where I felt most comfortable in, and things like that kind of drove me to the place where I am right now, because I've learned a lot, because I knew the end goal in another 10 years time is to own my business, whereas I was learning everything that I could in terms of as soon as I stepped into the business, I was starting just collecting information from how people treat each other, how people are speaking to each other, how people are working, how people do sales, how people interact with their top management, how the top management interacts with us. And so these were all things that I was picking up on, and I never knew time to go by. I used to work even 7 days a week, but it's because I was able to be in a position where I'm saying, okay, I'm learning, because one day I'm going to start my business, and one day I'm going to be in the position where someone else is helping me learn, helping me grow, and so on. So before you go ahead and just throw the towel, talk to friends, talk to people, talk to family, try to understand what makes you tick, what really motivates you in terms of going into the workforce. Understand like what your career path is looking like. What do you want to do in the next 5 years, 10 years? You might not have a very clear goal. It might just be that the next 5 years I want to earn XYZ to buy X car, or I want to earn this much amount to invest in a business, or invest in the stock market, or invest in a house. So there are things that you can work up to. And you can always work up to something. So keep smaller goals and kind of trigger your mind to work in such a way that you're able to work in small chunks, and just don't overstrain yourself on things that you cannot control, because even in a job you're going to have things that you can control and you cannot control. So don't focus on those things that you cannot control. Consider that this career is like a very long marathon and you're taking steps along the way, there are going to be hurdles, but you're going to pass them through learning how to actually, evolve and how to actually become a better person. So yeah, to be honest, there's no straight answer to this, because I would say learn like you're gonna start a business tomorrow, and it just opens up your eyes to a whole lot of things that you have never noticed before, and you start thinking about your goals. Not everyone is set out to start a business. I do understand that, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure everyone does have some goal in mind when they are going to work, right? Otherwise you wouldn't be working. You obviously have a plan for your life. Just start reflecting on those things, and connect with people, network with people, because when you are in jobs, people are always moving, and so networking is going to get you further than just doing your work and then going home. So in terms of when you are leaving, think about what makes this company the company that it does, and kind of and if you are thinking about ending terms, do plan your exit and have a smooth transition rather than burning bridges, because that's not going to help you in the long run. And I've learned that the hard way. So yeah, so while you're still and if you're still in the job and you're still trying to figure out, have conversations with people, have conversations with the right people to kind of direct you in the possible directions. Maybe even speak to the management to kind of see if there are other options. If you do not like a full-time job, then think about part-time options that are available, and so on. There are obviously things that you can do to earn money. So you might have other priorities. You might like doing something else. So always try to understand what keeps you going. And more than what I'm saying right now, I would say before you do go ahead and drop papers or resign or anything, or quit your job, I would say start applying for other jobs while you're in this job. Do your work and make sure you're delivering 100%, but start applying for jobs. Start applying to other jobs that are going to help you see what's there in the market, and then what's your value in the market. You might be getting paid way less than what the market's ready to pay you. So you wouldn't know that unless you actually went into the market. So start putting yourself out there, network with people, speak to people, and also LinkedIn is a great tool. So use your tools effectively. And yeah, so if you do have any issues in terms of creating a resume or a CV, or you want to create a cover letter, do hit me up. I'm ready to help you. I can definitely help you with the team, and we do focus on creating resumes and CVs. So I'm happy to help you there as well. So yeah, and if you haven't done it by now, please hit the subscribe button. That really helps. So yeah, it's going back into this. I think it's really important to understand why you want to leave, right? And then so that you have some clarity when you're applying for other roles of what sort of role you want to go into, what sort of company you want to go into, what sort of company you want to work with. I felt that I've always loved working in the education space, because I feel like I'm most valued there, and I've given a lot of value in terms of to other people, not just selling a product or a service, but I feel like there's more return in terms of what I'm doing right there. It gives me more satisfaction. And so anywhere I've gone in terms of the SaaS space, or even going into e-commerce, I felt that I've even sold insurance, for example. So all these other jobs that I did were not fulfilling enough, and I knew that in terms of, for me, if I were to shine, I think I would do best when I'm in the education or the edtech space. So that's where I thrive in, and that's really where my heart went to when in terms of starting my business as well. So always understand what's fueling you, because that's what will really work at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, you do not have a dream job, right? Dream jobs don't exist, right? Jobs are supposed to dangle a carrot in front of you, and you're never supposed to reach it. and you're always supposed to run, you will never reach that carrot. Trust me on this, every job is designed in such a way, right? It's always, the house always wins. So you need to understand that whenever you're going into a job, it's always going to be turned into an exchange for value and an exchange for sales, revenue, targets, and so on. And there's so many things that a company wants from you, and they're going to pay you so much. But you've got to understand, no amount of money can buy you. You don't owe the company anything other than delivering whatever value you're probably delivering. You're getting paid for that. And beyond that, obviously, if you're going to go beyond that, and if you're going to go that one step further, then there's going to be more additional benefits that you're going to be expecting, right? So you need to understand that a job or anywhere that you go, you've really got to understand, are you in it for the long run, or are you in it for a couple of years and learn and then leave, or learn and then go and study? So those are things that will kind of shape you in terms of the right direction, because it might be that you've worked in a job for 2 or 3 years and it's the right time for you to step out and learn something new, right? And then it's to put you at a spot where it's good when you're starting to think that, oh, I don't like this job anymore, but oh, can I go and study? So it's going to give you a different way of looking at things. And like I said, there is no dream job, because a dream job is never gonna come, because there's always the next thing. There's always that next rush. There's always that next target to fulfill. So always understand that unless and otherwise you have your own business that you're running, you're never going to be working for yourself. So if you are going to think about your job, please give it a thought, and if you do have ideas, make sure that you're going to go ahead and use your ideas to fulfill the dreams that you have, and target yourself to kind of push you in the direction that you want, and use the job to kind of learn all those tricks and trades of the game. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope this was useful. If you have any questions, or if you want to chat, or if you obviously want to have some help in terms of your LinkedIn or your CV, please do message me. Please do hit me up on LinkedIn. Hit the subscribe button, because that's really useful for us. I think more people need to see this, and at the same time, if you need any help from my side, I'm always there. Comment, and I hope and wish you all the best, guys.